Hello and welcome to Learn Python 3 the Hard Way, exercise 27. Hopefully you're able to go through exercise 26 and it wasn't too difficult. It depends. Everyone is different. Everyone makes mistakes. And actually I'm going to tell you a story about exercise 27. So exercise 27, as you can tell, I have found that memorizing core pieces of a subject, so things you have to use all the time, helps when you then go to use those core pieces in applications. So the rationale comes from other things that you learn. So if you learn to play guitar, you memorize, you practice scales, you memorize chord structures, you memorize music, and then you apply that to playing pieces of music. If you don't memorize scales and don't memorize these things, it makes playing the piece of music impossible or very, very difficult. If you memorize them so you don't have to think about them, then the actual important thing, which is playing a beautiful piece of music, becomes easier. Same with martial arts. You practice blocks and punches and basics until they're just natural, so that way you can learn more advanced, higher application topics. So, in programming, a sort of fundamental thing to memorize is Boolean operations. Now, you can't memorize all of the Boolean expressions possible or the basis of logic or things like that. That requires higher level application, higher level thought. But you can make it so that when you read and, or, not equal, equal, these things, they're natural. They're memorized and they're in your brain so that you don't stumble over them. You just read it and you go, oh, I know what that does. Okay, so that's what this exercise is for. So you're going to take those words and you're going to create some flashcards. So that way you know what those are. And then you're going to come through and you're going to go through these tables. Okay, and you can create flashcards that have these phrases on the front and then the back. Okay, or you can use a program like Anki or anything else you want to use that will help you memorize it. So on the front is not false. Then on the back is true. And on the front of another one is not true, and on the back is false. And what you want to do is you want to go through all the cards and train yourself so that when you see not false, you go true. Like you don't even think about it, true. And then when you say not true, you go false. Don't even think about it, okay? When you go through your flashcards, let's say you come in and you find out all of the or cards you don't get. You never get them right. But you get all the ands and all the other ones. Well, then take all the or cards and spend as much time as you can drilling those, okay? Anki will do that for you automatically. But if you do it yourself, if you ride the bus, if you sit around, if you watch TV, you can sit there and memorize and drill these things until they pop in your head, no problem. What's the significance of this? It becomes easier to read and to reason about complex Boolean expressions when the simple components of Boolean logic are easy to just pop out of your head or to use. So that's what this memorization is for. It follows the same pattern. Memorize something so that it's natural, the core basic components, makes it easier to work with those components later because you don't have to struggle and think about them every single time. Now, here's the thing. I'm a seasoned professional. I've taken graduate level logic classes and philosophy. I've done advanced statistics research. I've done some fairly advanced math, not crazy advanced math, but calculus and linear algebra, things like that. And I've been programming for a very long time. So you would think I would know these pretty well. When I read code with them in it, I'm pretty good. But when I first made these tables, when I first went through and made these tables, I did them wrong. I actually had errors in here. It was just crazy embarrassing. So I'm telling you this story because even seasoned pros like me have gaps in their memory or their brain. So don't feel bad if it takes you a while to kind of get these. I actually had to go back through and rememorize them again because I just didn't really do them right. Now I'm going to show you something else. If you have a problem figuring out what something is, you can usually grab it like this, like I just did, right? And you can come over to the Python shell, okay, and you can paste it in and hit enter, and it'll tell you the answer. So if you get stuck or you struggle or you don't quite understand with it, play around with these in the Python shell, and that will help you start to wrap your head around it. All right, so do that, drill that for as much as you can, and then continue on to the next exercise. And I would say keep drilling this as you go through all the remaining exercises until it's just you're so bored you totally know it. All right, see you later.